Families, the fifth grade team wanted to put together a little tutorial video to give you a better look of what remote learning looks like as a Westgate fifth grader. Let's take a look. Our first stop are the different parts of the Google Classroom. When a student enters a Google Classroom, their first stop will be the Google Stream. This will be a great page for students to get any announcements for the classroom and also to look at what's upcoming information. But most of their time will be spent under the Classwork tab. So let's take a closer look. Under the Classwork tab, we have organized this by days. We have found this is a great way for fifth graders to know what they need to do each and every day. On this Wednesday, students had a class meeting. They had to do a get to know me letter, a literacy assignment, a math assignment, and a social studies assignment for that Wednesday. Students may go back to previous days to finish assignments, to redo an assignment, or to check on grades by scrolling down, or they may click on a topic on the left-hand side. Also at the top, we have included helpful resources. In this case, we have a how-to document about how to access Khan Academy and a video about how to use the Read Write Connect. This Read Write Connect is a great tool for students to use. It allows the computer to read a document for the student if needed. At the top, we have the art, music, and PE information so students can access their assignments from those subjects as well. So let's take a look at the daily routine of a Westgate fifth grader during remote learning. Every day will begin with a class meeting at 9 a.m. This is required of all students. This is where we take attendance for the day at this class meeting. During the class meeting, this is where we connect with the class and for students to connect with each other. We also go over what students will need to do every single day, and we walk through those assignments. We may also do a little teaching on those days about what's going on, and we may answer questions that students may have for the day. After that, we ask that students check their Gmail and Google Chat. More about that later. Students will have a literacy assignment, a math assignment, a social studies assignment. Students will also have another class meeting starting August 31st at 12:30. At this meeting, we will go back over the assignments over the day, have class discussions about the reading, and answer any questions students may have. This daily agenda is also in the students' classwork under each day, so that helps students keep organized. Checking email and Google Chat. Every day we ask that students check their Gmail or Google Mail. They can do this by going to the waffle and clicking on the Gmail icon. All assignments that are posted, grades that we do, an email will be sent to the student's email. So this is a great way to see what's coming up and to know what their grades are by checking the Gmail each day. They can also email the teachers. But the better way to get hold of a teacher is through Google Chat, again using the waffle. Google Chat is a lot like texting. In Google Chat, a student can get on and chat with the teacher. It's just like texting and get their questions answered. During office hours, teachers will have their Google Chat open and able to get back to students. Sometimes it may take a few minutes because we're working with other students. If it's outside our office hours, students may also use Google Chat, and we will check that and get back to them as soon as we can. So we suggest that students are constantly checking their Google Chat. What about checking their assignments when they're done? Well, under the Classwork tab at the top, students can go over to the left where it says View Your Work that you have turned in. That will bring up this page, and this will show all the assignments that a student has turned in. This is for the student, Ms. Slivka. You'll notice that Ms. Slivka has many missing assignments, which means they were due and she did not complete them. She can go back to the assignment by clicking on that assignment to work on it. It will also show graded work. Graded work will have a number by it. In this case, she got 9 points out of 12. And it will also show that if a student has turned in work and it may not have a grade, or it may not be a graded assignment. When you look at this, you should either have grades or turned in. If you have any missing assignments, students should go back and turn those in. Well, how do I turn in assignments? Well, in Google, you can't forget to turn it in. Just because you finish your Google Doc or Google Slide doesn't mean the assignment is turned in. To turn in an assignment off of the Google Classwork tab, You need to click on this assignment and click on View Assignment. That will give you the full view. From View Assignment, it will bring you to the assignment, and over on the right will be a button that says Mark as Done or Turn In. Students have to click on those buttons in order to turn it into the teachers. We cannot grade the assignment unless it's turned in by students. They have to turn in all their assignments. Sometimes we will use Google Forms as the lesson for the day. If you submit a Google form at the end of the day, then that will turn it in for you. Problem. Last year, we had a problem with students turning incomplete work. Their families were checking in, and they wanted their families to see that it was turned in, but they didn't do work. As students go to Mark as Done, they will get this. Are you sure you want to mark it? In this case, it says you haven't attached to work. So this should be a great way for students to say, oh, I need to go back and add it. Many students last year were still marking this 2 steps. Turn it in without work. Students need to make sure they have work to go with their assignments. You can also check at the top under your work. It will say, in this case, no work attached, but they turned it in because they wanted their parents to see it was turned in. We will return this to students for them to complete it once. If they turn it in again, we will give them a 0 for that assignment because there's no work to grade. Okay. Also in assignments, we have rubrics so students know how they will be graded, what we're looking for. Under the assignment, at the bottom, there will be a rubric down here. This will tell students how they will be graded. Click on that rubric button to bring up the rubric, and you can look through the rubric to look at all the different criteria that will be used to grade that assignment so students know how it will be graded. But how do I know how students are doing in their classroom? One way is through email summaries from Google. Earlier, these guarding email summaries include missing work that the student may have turned in late or is missing, upcoming work that's due today or tomorrow or for the upcoming week, class activity announcements, assignments. This gives you a great summary of what's going on in the Google Classroom. You can set up if it comes once a week, every day, and you can change those settings if you want. Invitation by Google Classroom was sent out earlier today. If you have not already accepted the invitation, please check your email for the invitation. This is a great way to keep track of your students' progress during this remote environment. And if you need another email invitation sent out, please reach out to a 5th grade teacher who would be happy to help. And any questions that you have whatsoever, please contact a 5th grade teacher. We would be happy to help you. We're here for the students to be successful in class or remote. So please ask your questions. We would be happy to help. Thank you.